Hey, what's up? It's Rashad Antonio. We are the Upon Further Review. Here today to talk about the best video game adaptation ever of all time to date. And that was the Last of Us, man, with one Pedro Pascal, America's darling.
And
Pedro Pascal got like 6 projects coming out this year, all
also our
back to back to
favorite,
back to back.
also our favorite hip hop historian,
Oh
boot
yeah,
camp.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Talking about. I like the boot camp
My
clip. I
man
like.
said boot
Excuse
clip.
me, Helter
Right.
Skelter.
I was
Like
like,
wow,
yeah, so those are some
that's
interesting.
that's a deep cut. You know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
90s deep cut there, boot
Um,
camp
um,
clip.
you know what I'm saying? Black Moon,
Black, right, you know.
welcome down. Anyway,
Hmm.
oh man, yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
HBO, Max, if you're nasty, of course. This show. We just want to recap season one.
Hmm.
Talk about just the feel of the show. Give you guys a quick update of where we are. If you haven't seen it,
Do yourself a favor.
I've been singing
Do
his
yourself a
praises for
favor.
like 2 years. Like yeah, like you man. There's nothing greater than watching a show
Hmm.
and then being awed almost every episode.
Yes. And I just want to say this because I have a certain coworker, I won't call her out,
Okay.
who's like, listen, I saw the first episode, cool, but when they start showing the cordyceps looking stuff, she says, I can't do it. It's just too gross for me. People that may get grossed out by stuff. This person is also the same person who stopped watching Lovecraft Country after I believe it was the second or third episode. That was the one when they was in the house and the spirits had snatched the covers off all girl and stuff like that. I beg you, please listen to me. I don't know what's gonna happen this season, but this first season, the first season, it was what, 8 episodes for sure?
Nine
Eight,
episodes.
9 episodes. Out of those 9 episodes, if you get grossed out by seeing weird stuff like that, you see maybe a total of 10 minutes, 12 tops of
That's it.
of this particular type of zombieism or whatever, the fungus stuff or the mushroom. You only see, I promise you, 10, maybe 12 minutes tops of it. Please do yourself, and that's spread out amongst 9 episodes. Do yourself a favor. Please watch this show.
For real. Because the point of the show, like all good shows, is not about the zombies.
Hmm.
The point of this show is about humanity
Hmm.
and who we become when times get tough.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna let you know, we become more trash.
Yeah. And you know, for people that that were okay, let's say you were fans of The Walking Dead, the first couple of seasons and everything, and you got turned off by what happened with Glenn. I don't know why you got turned off happened to Glenn. It was in the comics. People told you what possibly will happen to Glenn. Y'all was like, oh no, they wouldn't do that to Glenn. But anyway, this this show to me is like The Walking Dead on steroids as far as dealing with humanity. How, like you said, Rashad, how people and how trash that humans, we are our own worst enemies. Like, just for example, on The Walking Dead, one thing was like one line the guy said, you use bullets to shoot the walkers? No, you don't need the bullets for the walkers. You need the bullets for you need the bullets for us. You can find other ways to kill these things, but you need the bullets for us, for humans.
Yo, and the funny thing said it because like I went back and listened to like all of our reviews,
Uh-huh.
and one of the things that tomorrow was like, yeah, I'm headed. He's like, yeah, I'm heading west. He said, look, man, you know, what I'm saying what you find west ain't even gonna be as bad as like but I forgot what they call them, like
Clickers, were they
the
clickers?
clickers and all them. He
Yeah.
said, yeah, those ain't gonna be bad. It's gonna be the raiders and the slavers you need to watch out for. Like,
Yeah.
yo, so we're in this state of these factions
Mm-hmm.
and everybody okay. And this is the part of the show that I identify with most is everybody is trying to find a sense of normalcy as well as a sense of community.
Their tribe. They're trying to find their tribe.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
what you have is the government trying to find community. You get like
Hmm.
all the QZ or the quarantine zones.
Hmm.
And that sense of community is essentially a totalitarian state.
Hmm.
And nobody comes in, nobody comes out unless it's heavily guarded and regulated. If for some reason they find somebody and they just kill them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, he said, hey man, if you got any ounce of if you've been scratched, bit, or anything by a zombie, you are murdered, then incinerated.
Incinerated. Yeah.
Because there is no quote unquote cure for that,
Hmm.
which is essentially
The MacGuffin.
the MacGuffin, but
Hmm.
it's not even a MacGuffin because it's a person.
Yeah.
And that person is probably one is Ellie is such an amazing character.
Hmm.
And then when you paired Ellie with Pedro Pascal,
Hmm.
I forgot what's his character's name in the show.
Joel. Joel.
Yeah, when you care when you pair those two together,
Hmm.
it just made this dynamic of just your lone wolf and cub, just
Hmm.
me and you against the world.
Hmm.
That whole thing, it and just seeing them bond together throughout the season because Joel was very reticent towards the situation because he lost his own kid about 20
Hmm.
years ago,
Hmm.
around the same age, and he doesn't want to make true connection because his brother's out there somewhere, not really sure if he's actually dead or not. So
Hmm.
that was his emphasis to leave.
Hmm.
And then we get Ellie, and Ellie's emphasis to leave is because she's could be the cure because she got bit
Hmm.
and she never turned into a zombie. So they're trying to see, hey, if you got it, if you survived,
Hmm.
you can be the literal antidote. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And that is the plot.
Yeah.
Gotta make it out. Gotta make it out west
Yeah.
to see some people. See the Fireflies. That's the resistance group.
Hmm.
Like way out. Like what was like Utah? Something stupid
Yeah,
like
that
that.
was like Colorado,
Yeah,
Utah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
'cause they was up in the they was up in the
way
mountains
out
and
there.
everything. Yeah.
And they made their way across, and the travels across the U.S. made for some of the best television that I've ever watched. And
Yeah.
I try not to be hyperbolic. I really do. I say this a lot.
Hmm.
But even okay, you know what's funny, Tony?
What's
I
that?
was going back on our reviews. I said that the first four episodes,
Hmm.
it was just that good.
Hmm.
I mean, even the slice of life episode when we go to the town and we got dude and his and his boyfriend, and then, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, 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 man.
that episode was so good.
Fantastic. That
It was
episode was
so good,
fantastic.
man. Like,
Yeah.
so there's like, and the way they built out the world, also just, I'm talking a lot. Also, the way that the
Oh, do your
world
thing.
looks,
Hmm.
like, they didn't spare no expense on this show. Like, this show looks good. The CG
Hmm.
looks really dope, even when it was walking across the country, and just how horrible America looks. You know, like you see like
Hmm.
random crap old buildings. There's one point where there's like a plane crash and Ellie is confused because she's never been outside before. She was
Yeah.
born in the QZ.
Hmm.
So her actually so also we have a fish out of water story going on at the same
Hmm.
time. So this story is just so layered and so beautifully done and so beautifully written that I fully I fully bought into it.
Hmm.
And yeah, it just was like one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, ditto to everything you just ditto to everything you just said, man. I mean, and see, and one thing with me, one thing I love about a show that makes a great show for me is dialogue in
Yeah.
this in the interaction of certain, of characters and stuff like that. Like I said, that slice of life episode when it was dealing with Bill and what's my man and Frank, Bill and Frank. was fantastic. You got one but that was more trusting, one that wasn't. They grew to love each other and everything, and you see them build out this little town, their own little community to get to this point, and just having the dialogue they had with each other, and then how it ended with those two was just it was a beautiful it was beautiful chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To say,
man.
you know what I'm saying, to say the least. And then too, when you did get some of the action scenes, Rashad, oh my God, the, the it's I mean, when this, saying like what was it, episode probably 2 or 3, when Tess sacrificed herself,
Oh
and
yeah,
they had to blow
yeah.
up the building and all that stuff. And then we ain't even gonna talk about the episode when Ellie and Joel got captured and and they was in that town, and next thing you know, that that sinkhole opened up and all hell broke loose, and you saw the giant, like, saying, oh my God, it just a great episode, great show all the way around. And like I said, if you aren't watching this, you are surely missing out.
Doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah.
Like the amount of emotion
Hmm.
that's in this show, it's palpable. Like there's very few times I sit down and watch something and I have like a visceral reaction to it.
Hmm.
Like that was definitely probably one of my favorite episode number 5 of this series. Endure and survive. Like bruh, like I said it, I was back here in literal tears. Like yo,
Oh my God.
I can
Oh,
I can't even I can't handle this.
oh,
Now I gotta go to bed. Like yo, I'm just very sad. Like but it was so good because
oh my God. Yeah.
I think sometimes where some of these shows miss the mark for me
Hmm.
is the human part. Like they make the spectacle the draw. When
Hmm.
I guess because I'm older now, like that's not really what I'm here for. I'm
Hmm.
like you said, I'm here for the dialogue. I'm here for the characterization. I'm here for the character development, and I'm here for what people are trying to do and say and think and how they react in the situations. Like that's really what makes it interesting for me. And that episode to me is probably top 5 just best singular episodes of TV
Okay.
that I
Yeah.
think I've ever seen. Like between like maybe that, maybe like that that last season 1 episode 10 of Game of Thrones.
Mm.
You know when Ned got beheaded.
Hmm.
Um, Probably like one of them seasons of the Wire episodes. Probably the episode when like Brother Malzahn first pops up. That was
Yeah.
great. You know,
Hmm.
there's some TV that you always go back to like, damn, like that was really good. Like one of them first seasons of episodes of Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
there's some
Hmm.
like but like that right there, like like it got that episode has everything in it. It
Yeah.
has action, it has tension, it has relationships, it has horrible death,
Yes. Horrible.
and then it has somebody knowing that they can't mourn that death and have to move on. Like
So that episode was so good, and it's kind of a I ain't gonna say personal to me, but I have somewhat of connection to it because the young man, Kevon Woodard, who played Sam, the deaf kid,
yeah.
he lives up here where I live. He's in Bowie, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
He's from Bowie, Maryland, and he actually is a deaf kid. And it's like he's act, but he also loves hockey. This kid is like a hockey player. And so when that episode came out and it got critically acclaimed, did they win an Emmy for that episode or
I
an
don't know.
award or
I'll
something for
find out.
um No, he received a nomination for Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama. So he got nominated for that role. And man, like you said, Rashad, it was just one of those episodes of you watching it, and then next thing you know, like by the end of it, you was Niagara Falls, man, for real, because it's just like, damn, damn.
Yeah.
It because this show right here, this show right here is one of those shows where you like, yo, can these folk catch a break? Can they catch a break? Can they get just a little bit of happiness to catch a break? And you might say to yourself, "Oh man, this is cool." And the next thing you know, boom, it's not. It's the reason why on this show it is only two people on the main cast. The main cast is Bella Ramsey, aka Ellie, and Pedro Pascal, Joel Miller. Everybody else that is listed on this show, guest,
It's hella guest.
which means they here for the good time, not the long time.
Yeah, yeah. Whether we're passing by or they did. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, like so don't be. You might see a couple of people return this season if you did see this, if you did see the first season, but don't expect them to be around long.
Nah,
Don't expect them
man.
to. Hold on, let me look there. Just see. I want
Don't
to see
get
some.
yeah. What I learned was like, yeah, don't get too attached to nobody, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that like, I just love how they make you want to get attached to people though.
Yeah, they do. They want you. They were like, hey, you like this guy, don't you, buddy?
Hey
Oh
man,
yeah.
he's a good guy, right?
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Oh snap, he got scratched. Oh, oh. You know,
Yeah.
like like even another good episode was episode God, when Ellie and Storm Reed at the daggone mall at the they and that episode for me,
Oh, it's another
that
one,
I'm
man.
gonna tell you why that episode was a banger because of the relationship they had, but also it made you think back, Rashad, to good old times when we were kids.
Just a
You remember
kid,
going to the mall,
just having fun.
going to when you was a little kid, and your mom and dad say, "Hey, we going to the mall." You got excited. You pretty much knew you weren't gonna get nothing
Not a damn
for
thing.
you. But it was like, yo, I get to go to the mall. You see the different stores. You gonna see some of your friends from school in there and everything. And then and then too, these girls' ages right here in this, they're teenagers. It's like us being teenagers. Hey man, what did we do, Rashad? We hung out at the mall. You know what I'm saying? You hung out at the mall or whatever, like at the food court, the arcade, and stuff like. And they did everything that I would have done at the mall, except die and get
Yeah,
infected by
yeah,
cordyceps, man. So yeah, with
yeah,
this
man.
with this show too. So here's the one thing that with this show here. I think, in my opinion, Rashad, one of the best pilots for a show of all
Oh,
time.
definitely,
Of all time. Even
definitely.
so, mind you, I just want to let y'all know, me and Rashad, we know that this show is based off a video game, but me and Rashad have
Never played the game.
never played the video game. We've never played it. And how it starts off, it's just a global pandemic. You find out about this global pandemic. It's a father and a daughter. They chilling they chilling and everything. It's 2003. Next thing they see what was it? One of the old ladies. She roaming the streets and they like, yo, what's wrong with her? This and that, take her. But then remember the scene when like I think the wife or somebody was on the phone and you see the old lady background, the cordyceps start to kick in. She tweaking. She start popping and locking. You like, I beg your pardon?
I'm like, yo,
Yeah. Also,
and
too, that was the same episode where the doctor, when they had the patient, the doctor was like, "Hey, there's like, what do you think is a cure?"
that was like episodes later.
Okay,
Yeah,
just want to make sure.
I
Okay,
think that's an
and it was
episode
like,
like,
and it was like, nuke him.
Yeah, I think it's like
Hmm.
episode 3 or 4.
Okay.
So it's, oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. So
Hmm.
this show, and I said this a lot too on the reviews, and I want to reiterate this point.
Hmm.
Probably one of the most effective usage of flashbacks I've ever
Hmm.
seen.
Hmm.
Every time we had a flashback, it was meaningful.
Hmm.
It added to the lore, to the story, to the world building,
Hmm.
and they weren't corny. Usually, flashbacks be like, oh, okay, going back in time. Every time we had a flashback, it meant something.
Hmm.
We like having that as a way to show like give exposition without
Hmm.
having to have your characters tell it or talk about it all the time. That
Hmm.
was amazing. And even the episode we got with Ellie and her homegirl at the mall.
Yeah.
That's a flashback. That was an
Yeah.
entire episode,
Hmm.
and it told us a lot about Ellie and also a lot about the QZ, where
Hmm.
they were, what happened, and all that good stuff too. Or even how like they just okay, just being this exposition in general. This show really handled exposition very well because sometimes like trying to figure out the settings and the characters and all that good stuff can be very clunky,
Hmm.
and they handle it very just. It's like it's not heavy handed and trying to beat you over the head with it. It's like, hey, they bombed some cities and a couple of them went good and some of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
and of course we see Boston there in Boston, and there's a huge hole in the middle of that town.
Yo, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we kind of find out later on that that was really the only real option that humanity thought they had to get rid of it, and you
Hmm.
see that ain't even work.
Yeah.
So
Also, too, I appreciated as well is that the showrunners for this show, certain characters, they use the actual actors from the game to play their characters. Like Marlene, they actually use that actress to play Marlene. I think the same thing with was it with Frank? With Frank or be it one of them, I think they actually use the actual actor or
yeah,
actress to so I thought that was cool just to let them get a little shine. Where we left off on the show was this. Joe was able to get Ellie because he was hired as a bounty hunter or whatever. Not a bounty hunter, but you know what I'm saying, because he was like a scavenger or whatever. And they hired him to get Ellie to this to the government funded place to try to get, saying the cure from this girl or whatever. Joe was okay with it at first.
to the Fireflies.
To the Firefly, excuse me. Until un Joe is probably thinking like we were, Rashad. All right, they gonna draw some blood from this young lady, sample it, play with it. Might just keep her around just to, every once in a while, take some blood from her and stuff like this. And Ellie knew this, and Ellie was like, yeah, go ahead and sedate me and put me down for this. These mofos didn't want to draw blood from her. They wanted to hack her up. I'm talking about organs, and they said we need all of bone marrow. They said we need all
We
of it.
need brain samples.
Brain samples, stem cells from her, everything. Joe said, absolutely not. I didn't fell in love with this little girl as my daughter. Y'all ain't about to do this.
Hmm.
He takes all of them out, and even the one person was like, hey, what are you doing? We trying to save humanity. And he was like, and and I understood where they were coming from. What is it, Rashad? The need of the many is more important than the need of the one. Joe said, not this one. Not this one.
Not at all.
Not this one at all. And he kills everybody and he takes Ellie back with him. And Ellie is like, when she comes to, he lies to her. He don't tell. He says, hey, I mean, they really couldn't find, he's like, they really couldn't do anything, this and that. And in all honesty, too, how the show ended, Rashad,
Yeah,
it could have been cool if they ended this, if they never re-signed for another season. I ca- I could have been okay with
it
that.
would have been just an
It would
amazing
just
limited series.
basically live in the city, and it seemed like they were going back to that small town in Colorado where his brother is. with his girl.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, we're gonna live out whatever life we got, life we got. You know what I'm saying? And this is basically the new world here. That this
Yeah.
cordyceps is a part of, you know what I'm saying, is a part of this world or whatnot. So I am very curious of how they're going to do this. For people who have played the game, please do not put any spoilers in this right here. Please don't put any spoilers in future reviews that we do until stuff happens. There are things that me and Rashad, we never played the game, but we heard or have an idea of what is going to happen. For those that haven't and that were like us coming to this never seeing, please don't ruin it for them. That's the, you know what I'm saying? We're asking you very nicely and politely, please don't do it. But this season, from my understanding, is going to be very visceral, and
Yeah.
you are going to see the absolute worst in humanity when 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 it all falls down. We about to see the very worst of humanity, and it's going to be. I'm saying it's going to be sad, but I'm here for it.
I'm ready to be wrecked.
Hmm.
Seven Sundays in a row. So
Hmm.
that's like for me, like I saw the saw the trailer, saw one trailer, and
Hmm.
so much is going on.
Hmm.
And I've been trying to like avoid like a lot of the I'm pressed for it, but I did see something that I was like, wow,
Hmm.
yo. So there's an episode that they show in the trailer where it's just a bunch of zombies, and they're clearly attacking the
That.
place
Hmm.
where
Yeah.
Joel and his brother and his and they
Hmm.
set up. Why did the director of that episode say, "Yeah, Hard Home was our inspiration"?
Another episode of a show that is probably one of the best
Yeah,
episodes of television.
Hard Home is in my top 10.
Yes, Hard Home is definitely in my top, you know what I'm saying, in my top 10. So,
So yeah, so season two is definitely looking like it's going to be a banger. I just wish it was longer.
yeah.
But yeah, so because like you got to think about it like this, Pedro is booked and busy.
Yep.
So I'm just hoping that we can get back to this world sooner than later. Of course, the
Yeah.
writer's strike slash
Held some things up.
actors strike definitely slow down production on that. So if we can get back, because this came out in 2022.
That's crazy.
Like I went back to the episodes, like man, 2020 that was a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only downfall about some of the streaming stuff. It takes so long for them to come back into production.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's
I will say this too. I'm excited because one actor that I believe that is one of my favorites, and I believe is one of Rashad's favorites as well,
oh
will be
yes.
will be debuting this season. That is one Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright automatically adds so much
So much.
gravitas to your
Hmm.
show. So
Hmm.
like Jeffrey Wright is one of the best working actors today, if not
Hmm.
in my eyes, top three.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright can do anything. He
Hmm.
played he played Martin Luther King, and he
I,
also played a Dominican drug dealer. So
I just want to
like,
say he played that he played People Hernandez so well in Shaft. I honestly thought my man was Dominican for the longest until somebody was like, "Yeah, you know that man was black, right?" I said, "Huh?"
I
And
was like,
I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
yeah,
There are black Dominicans." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. He's not Dominican. He is blackity black. He's mixed with black, Negro, Negro, and African American. That's what
that man is from here.
that man is from. That man is from D.C., Jack. So yeah, for all my DMV DC folk, you know what I'm saying? He is from here. Ah, you know what I'm saying? He listening to Go-Go and
He from
all
here.
that
He
good
from here,
stuff.
y'all.
He from here, young. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lunching on Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
stop.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, when I saw that
Y'all
he was
wailing.
added
I'm
to
sorry.
Shout out to all our
Y'all
DC
wailing on
head.
Mo. You know
Yeah, yeah.
what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to all our DC people, yo, that we went to school with and everything. Y'all know who
Yes,
y'all are.
sir.
So yeah, man. But I guess we about to wrap this up. I am truly and utterly excited for this. Like
Can't
I
wait.
I just can't wait. That's all I got.
I
Um,
can't wait, man. Like the oh yeah, if y'all haven't seen it, y'all did see it. Like go back to the channel on
yeah.
the upon further review, scroll down a lot and go back to our reviews for the episodes, man. Like
Hmm.
we was really in it. And when I
Yeah.
mean like we was excited, like
Hmm.
we was not playing. We was super excited about this and we were
Hmm.
super impressed. Just even listening, going back and listening, and this is probably the most outside of like House of Dragon season one,
Yeah.
the most excited we've been doing reviewing
And I
stuff.
think it's because we just wasn't expecting it.
It was so damn good, Tony.
We just and here's the thing. When we say that like it's certain shows that become, I guess you could say, like a pet project or a baby to us because we are going into it like, all right, we're gonna watch this. And then we end up being like, oh snap.
Yeah,
This
this is
is
so much better than I
this is
thought.
so much better than it was. This show right here is one of them. The other show, go back and watch some episodes of it, The Penguin. But we're not even
Definitely.
definitely go back and watch
And
that.
I think you see a recurring theme. These is all
Hmm.
HBO shows.
Yeah. The
Like,
only probably non-HBO show that we were is, but we was excited for this, but it went surpassed our expectations. Shogun. Listen, y'all, we telling you, HBO has the formula for top-notch entertainment on Sunday nights. They run Sunday night. They rule Sunday night. Even some of the shows that we don't talk about, but you know what I'm saying, I may watch, Rashad may watch, or whatever. Like it's top-notch television. Like White
it's
Lotus,
yeah,
great stuff. HBO was not playing when they came out with a tagline in the 90s.
it's
It's
not
not TV.
TV, it's
It's
HBO.
HBO. So yeah.
So for real, so they always do a decent job. So like there's that Sinners comes out next week.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Reviewing that the following Monday. Andor comes out next
Make,
week.
make make that a Tuesday. I'm flying back Monday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to that. But nah, but like seriously, like all those stuff. We got mad stuff coming out,
Yeah.
and just stay tuned to the channel. Get locked into the channel. Calrissian Kids, the upon further review.
So what's coming? So just like you said, giving you a heads up. We're
Okay,
gonna be on The
so
Last of Us.
Last of Us Monday, next
Hmm.
Monday, next. Hold up, is it Tuesday? Let me make sure it's not coming on Tuesday night.
That one.
Andor. Let me check. Let me check real
Right.
quick. Yeah, and then of course after that we got Sinners,
Sinners.
a Ryan Coogler joint.
Yes.
That starts. We're gonna review that next Tuesday after next.
All I'm gonna say is this, Rashad. I know you don't want to hear nothing about this. 100% on Rotten
I
Tomatoes.
saw that. I did see that.
A 100% on Rotten.
I don't even care. I believe y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Uh-huh.
all right. So, Andor drops on the 22nd. That's a Tuesday.
Okay.
So we'll be reviewing that Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in case y'all didn't know, the release schedule for that, they drop it three at a time because each three episode is an arc spanning 1 year.
Okay. Oh,
So
okay.
if it's a little late on that, like just give us some grace because we do have to watch
That's
three
that's
episodes
three
a season.
episodes.
And depending on how long they are, if it's like a half hour, then we can grind it up. But we got like
Yeah.
a 50, 40, 45. It's like, whoa, that's
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of rough. I know I can watch a strong two before I go to sleep. Tony ain't watching nothing until the next day. So like, this give us a little bit of grace. This is gonna be
Yeah.
rough for unless your favorite YouTuber is getting screeners, it's gonna be a rough go for April.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. Like we're
Yeah.
gonna have
So
to be
we got,
patient
like
with
I said,
everybody.
The Last of Us, Andor, Sinners, and then round that coming in the beginning of May. Um, Tales of the Tales of the
Tales of the
Underground,
Underworld. Yeah,
Underworld,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So you got
On May the
that.
4th, yeah. So
Yeah, May
yeah.
the 4th, so
So we got a bunch of stuff coming up. So yeah, definitely lock into that. If
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, check out. Y'all gotta go to the website, get signed up. There's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff that we can do that if y'all want to do that y'all seen that we don't cover, we can
Mm-hmm.
easily cover it there. Like for
Yeah.
example, Tony watched White Lotus. I did not see White Lotus. If y'all
Yeah.
want to hear Tony talk about White Lotus, join the site. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Go ahead and get that membership, and we'll get stuff really popping.
Mm-hmm.
What else? There's some other stuff that I watched too that Tony
Mm-hmm.
watched. For example, Severance.
Severance. Yeah.
I did a video on YouTube about it, just about one aspect. You can go check it out. But if you want to hear more in-depth coverage about Severance,
Mm-hmm.
first two seasons, we can shoot. We can do a live together. I don't care. Either way, let us know. Again,
Mm-hmm.
membership is going to get you locked into all that extra stuff that we cover. Because there's
Yeah.
going to be eventually that we're going to be just funneling everything to the site. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
I mean,
saying?
pretty much.
You
Yeah.
know, that's the goal. So if you get locked there early, then you already know what it is. And if you like what
Right.
we're doing, still subscribe to all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Killing my brother, killing on Threads
Yes.
to the point where like I got people in my comments just being stupid and like asking me stupid questions. I'm like, because I had somebody. Quick aside, I
Yes,
had
sir.
somebody the other day who, because as I asked like, yo, is shut up, dog. Nobody's at the door. So Shuri, right? You got Shuri and
Mm.
M'Baku, and I was like, yo, like who you think gonna be Black Panther? Do you think like one of them is on the chopping block? Someone's like, why are you asking about the only black superhero that got announced being being dead? That's weird to me. I'm like, why is that why is that weird? And he responded back with some other nonsense. I said, look, you made it about this. I'm
We
asking I'm
right.
asking a question, and then
Right.
you're trying to daggone put my blackness into this as well.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Like you being super weird right now, yo.
Yeah.
Like, and the funny thing is too, like I look because like somebody say something stupid more than once, I go look to see what you about.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, he's a creator too. He's on
Okay.
YouTube as well,
Okay.
and I'm not sure if he's married, but he definitely has daughters because he has his them posted prominently on his on his page. So I'm like, my brother in Christ, we have more in common than you think.
Yeah.
So like so you having this weird allegiance to, you trying to protect all black females in this fictitious world. I'm like, bro, calm down, yo.
Yeah.
So like so those are the funny things I'm starting to encounter, and I'm glad because I know that the further the view count gets, the more
Yeah.
you get random people saying stupid stuff. So that's why I know like, okay, I understand how Threads works.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm gonna tip it for the day. If you on Threads, the key to
Yeah.
Threads is this: you need to ask good questions. You need to
Yeah.
ask timely, topical questions,
Yeah.
and be engaging. You need to engage with the people when you do to ask the questions. Because once your views get over like 1K,
Mm-hmm.
and the algorithm sees that you interact with it, it'll push it
Start
out.
pushing your way. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my tip for the day. Free, but if you want more
Right.
tips, membership.
Yeah.
The Upon Further Review, www.com. TheUponFurtherReview.com. But yeah,
Indeed.
that's all I got, man. We
Let's
appreciate y'all.
we will see y'all Monday. Season 1. Excuse me, season 2, episode 1 of The Last of Us. Then after that, you'll see us again for the finale of Daredevil Born Again. So y'all know what to do. Click, subscribe, like, share,
Share.
and go to the
Share.
and go to the website.
Website. Peace.